This is Sarah with Fairheart, and I'm going to show you a really quick, easy way to add your own earring hardware to a pair of hand-painted or handmade earrings. These are a pair of earrings that I finished painting that will just require kind of a standard setup for earring hardware. And then I'm also going to show you if you have a piece of jewelry that has two pieces, how to connect those. It's a little more difficult, but well worth the effort. So two basic, or just one basic tool that you're going to need. I like to have two pairs at the ready, so that way you can kind of use them as grips. Just any standard needle nose pliers. These are just the cheap pliers from Harbor Freight. So at least one pair is great, because sometimes you can use your fingernail to open up some of the rings. So I have a kit, a ring kit here, but if you purchased an earring painting kit, you will have the hardware included, and you'll just need to attach it. So what we're going to do, we need to get the earring hardware attached to the earring itself. So we're going to have to put two different rings on your earring here for it to properly attach and then hang the correct way, because we want to make sure that, you know, when it goes into your ear, that it hangs with the face out. So if you were to just put one ring on it, it wouldn't go out the right way. So typically what we include and what you'll want to use is one bigger ring and one smaller ring. So that's what we would include in our kit, but if you are using some earrings from home, just pick out one little guy and one bigger guy. So first we are going to open this little one, and this is how, if you only have one pair of pliers, you can usually use your fingernail. I've had lots of broken fingernails, so just be warned, it's better to use two pliers. So what we're going to do is attach this little ring onto the oh, my pliers are getting in the way. Sometimes you really need to open it a little wider. There we go. So we're going to attach that little ring on there, maybe, and then we will close this. So usually what I do is I'll kind of hold it like that in my fingers, and then you can use one pair of pliers. If you kind of get like a really good grip on it like this, take one pair of pliers and just squeeze that shut. And then you want to make sure that it's a really nice close, that there's no gaps in there. So while I do that pair, or that single one, I'm also going to do the next one too, so that way they're ready. So this is how I use two pliers if you want to save your fingernails, and sometimes that'll happen. This is good to do on a tray. Thankfully I saw where it landed on the carpet. But this is good to do on a tray in case you do drop your pieces. So just try to have good control. Sometimes that's easier said than done. And work on this very slowly with good lighting is everything too. So you want to be able to see what you can, or you want to be able to see what you're doing. All right, I'm going to close that guy. So those are both ready to go. And sometimes it's not going to close in a perfect circle. If you want to try to carefully straighten it out, sometimes you can do that with your pliers. And sometimes I'll even grab it like this a little bit, kind of grab it from a different direction and pinch it together. Just make sure that it's nice and closed. But it doesn't have to be exactly perfect. You're not going to notice it when you're wearing it. All right, so I'm going to grab the bigger ring and open that. Now this one is going to go through your earring, and then I like to hold it like this so I can get I can access that with this. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take that ring that we just added and we're going to add it to here. But you want to make sure that where your face is, that earring, the part that goes into your ear, is facing away from it. So you're going to hook this on just like that. And then I just let it dangle, and then I take my pliers and then very slowly and carefully close those. Now this is the one that you want to be a little more careful for sure that it's closed. That one has a pretty good connection. All right, and then that is a finished earring. Really easy. And then it does come with the little plastic parts that go at the end there to keep it from coming out of your ear. So we're going to add the next one. I'm going to take another medium ring. Open that up, and then I'm going to use my pliers, hook that in, and we're going to take this again facing away. I'm going to hook that on and close it shut. Sometimes you have to take your pliers and kind of reposition it so you can get a good firm grip on there. All right, and that looks good. So those are done. So that is the real easy method to just add some hardware to a basic pair of earrings. So if that's all you need, you're all set. If you have a piece like this that has two, and I'm not even going to paint these. Some of these I would take a detail brush and just, make it really pretty, but I really like the look of just the burned the burned wood. So I am just going to leave it like that. So we are going to need a much bigger jump ring for this. So I'm going to see how this size looks. I haven't done these earrings yet, so sometimes it takes a little bit of experimenting. So what we would do is fasten these two parts together, and just you kind of hook it like that, and we'll see if this is going to be big enough. I might have to go to the next size. Like I said, this is a little more challenging. It's not too bad. Yeah, actually, I think that's going to be good. I think that'll be a good size. Sometimes, like I said, you need to use both pliers. So it can be a little more challenging and just kind of finicky to work with, but well worth it because this looks pretty cool. I love the layered look. So I'm just going to use those bigger jump rings and attach the bottom parts really quick, and then you gotta kind of open it a little wider for that. I'm hooking it onto the bottom first, and then the top, and then I'm kind of just gonna use both of my pliers to gently close it. So once this part is done, then I will do the same thing as the first pair of earrings. So there's a little bit of a gap right here, you can see. So I'm just going to try to squeeze that together a little bit. There we go. Gonna make it close. Now sometimes that'll happen where it crimps it. If that happens, you want to kind of just try to uncrimp it, and actually that looks like it's not going to really affect the earring much, but I do want to see if I can bend it. There we go. So it's not crimped. You want to be, this metal is pretty pliable, so you want to kind of be careful I straightened that out a little bit better this time. All right, so I got those two done. Now I'm going to do the same thing again here. Got a couple more hooks. Open these little guys. Adding the earring hardware isn't my favorite thing to do. I much rather paint them, but it is really satisfying to see how it all comes together. And it's just a necessary, obviously a necessary part of the whole process. So I just try to take that time to, to think about some good things. All right. So I'm gonna hook that and close this. And once you kind of get used to it, it's definitely a little awkward at first. But once you get the hang of it, it's really not bad. And you kind of find your own little flow and some speed. Pick up the speed a little bit, but you don't want to pick up so much speed that you rush through it, because that's where you can make mistakes or easily drop your piece. All right, closing that up. And we have 2 pair of finished, ready to wear earrings. And at any point, I mean, usually these have a really good hold and you don't have to worry about it slipping out, but once in a while, they may need to be tightened or put back together depending on what kind of use you give them. So at any point you can revisit this tutorial if you need a refresher on how to attach your hardware, or just take your pliers and tighten it up if need be. So I hope this helped, and I hope you enjoy the earring making process. Have a great day and stay creative. Bye.